Hey, real life traders from around the world, what's going on? Holla at your boy. It's Jeremy Alexander Newsome with the one, the only reallifetrading.com. Hope you're doing absolutely sensational, and I do trust you had a most marvelous weekend. So we got some SPY candles here on the daily, and this is the ETF that tracks the S&P 500. Got some interesting boxes here. What in the heck are these boxes about? Well, let me actually make them a little thicker. So these boxes, pretty much what we did to make things simple is yesterday being Friday, in the afternoon trading floor, I went in and I found the last time that the markets did what they did in recent days, which we had. So here's the weekly chart on the spiders. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 recently, so last week, 9 white candles or 9 bullish candles in a row. And we did have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row where we did actually close higher than the previous week. So the last time we had that kind of recent bullishness, and I'll actually pull up an article too that my buddy Robert posted on Slack, great information, was back here. So here's kind of the last time we had that many bullish candles in a row, and what happened. So you had a little bit of a pullback, right? About a 3-week pullback, and a continuation higher, then a bigger pullback, and then a continuation higher. So what I did is I measured this range right here, these moves, guessing that we're right here. So that's what I was guessing, is that was the 9th week. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bullish white candles in a row. And then you get 2 weeks of a pullback, then a bullish move, and then a little bit bigger of a pullback, and then a bullish move. That's what happened the last time we did it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen again, but one of our jobs as traders is to find patterns. So I came in here, and this is the exact length, width, and everything of those exact patterns. So if my theory is correct, we could or likely might trade down in the next 2 weeks to 234.50. So something like this, which would be a very healthy pullback. Then a continuation higher, then a bigger pullback, and then a continuation higher. If the theory holds true, doesn't mean it's going to. Totally could be insanely wrong about that, but I don't think I'm going to be massively off. But anyway, that's pretty much the S&P. Here's your weekly charts. Here's back to the daily charts. Here's kind of what it looks like. And today we just trade right down to the 10, and then we bounce, right? So again, I have mentioned I don't necessarily think we have a sharp drop, which honestly, a trade down into here wouldn't really be that sharp of a drop. It'd be, 2% or something. And then we would bounce off the moving averages, make new highs. Everyone hops on board. Then we get a little bit more of a pullback, and then we continue higher. Maybe that'll happen, maybe it's not, but that's just kind of my overall theory for right now, and that's pretty much enough on that. Any specific trades on it? Just bullish to neutral. Dean and a few other traders doing some put sales at 234.50. Some traders doing some bull put spreads. That's the SPY. Here's the IWM down 0.7%, coming down to the 50 again. A lot of traders have a 133, 132 bull put spread. Here's the Qs, more or less trading sideways, but down a little bit. And then here's the Dow Jones ETF, the DIA. So very, very small candles, 2 days in a row, which signifies, at least to me, that this is probably more of a flag pattern, and that we will eventually catch some support on moving averages before continuing higher. Let's go look at some stocks, shall we? Apple, ticker symbol AAPL, hanging out, not doing a whole lot of anything. So as a reiteration on Apple, what is this red line for? I don't remember what I had this red line. Oh, yes. Okay, I was drawing a... that was from earlier today. Sorry. So I was like, what is that? What is that level? This all-time high on Netflix, beautiful pennant pattern. Right here, 4-day pennant pattern. So I can say tomorrow being Tuesday, if we do gap up above this price range tomorrow morning, I will be bullish on Apple. Now again, keyword if we gap. Don't know if that's going to happen, but it's a gorgeous pennant pattern on Apple. I'm still waiting for it to hit 150, which is my target for 2017. We got some time on it, but really at this point, Apple looks like it's just going to slow down potentially, trading some moving averages, and then overall, more than likely, continue higher on ticker symbol AAPL. Let's look at Facebook, ticker symbol FB, and Facebook actually almost made a new all-time high today, which is good for some traders who are in some calls and or some bull put spreads, because that's exactly what we got into back on the pullback on the 23rd and the 24th of February when we had a bear call spread and we had to exit that bear call spread for a loss and then flip around and kind of trade a little bit bullish. So my target on Facebook, hoping that we hit that this week, it got very close today, but my target is 138 for the long calls. And then the bull put spreads right now, so far, everything's looking okay on ticker symbol FB. Let's look at some requests. Ticker symbol FCX was requested today. This one was a fun one. Today was Mentorship Mondays. We talked about FCX a lot this morning before the market opened, and it did exactly what we anticipated. So the analysis is likely going to open up, run down to the 200 simple moving average, and then probably bounce off of that. Well, that's exactly what happened. So the red line, aka Mr. Squiggles, is what I'm expecting FCX to do. So this was the move lower, and I drew this since Friday. So from here, expecting a little bit of a bounce over the next 2 to 3 days potentially, and then maybe a rollover. A lot of traders on FCX looking at buying down here, which makes loads of sense. Here's the weekly chart. You're coming into the 100 simple on a weekly. For the traders looking at buying FCX, I think this is a 6-month minimum investment time frame. Just letting you know, I don't expect this to really return me anything in 2 to 3 months. This is going to be more of a buy and hold accumulation. Maybe FCX starts paying dividends again in a year. That could be a good thing for it. It is a fun stock to do covered calls on. But with the $13 put sale, unless FCX closes below $13 between now and next Friday, I won't really have to worry about it, but I'll be keeping an eye on it nonetheless. Here's UBNT, Ubiquity Networks, had a huge bearish gap down on earnings and just gotten absolutely rocked. So here's your weekly chart. And the reason I'm pulling up the weekly, I just don't look at this particular stock all that often. Looks like a pretty good support back here in UBNT around 34. And it looks like a good support resistance here around 46.26. So the trader asking about this one was saying, is this a good place to buy? Well, I would say this. It is absolutely at a support level, no question. Here's the support right around here. And you got a very interesting morning star reversal pattern, the last 3 candles. So in order for me to consider bullish on this one, I would need a close above 49.62. And if we close above there, I'd like it bullish, yes. TRIP, TripAdvisor, has been getting really beat up recently. Here's a weekly chart on TripAdvisor just to show you how far this thing's gotten mangled. And we've traded past a really good support resistance level of 45.83. Now again, I don't know that this is going to happen for sure, but here's kind of my plan or objective on TRIP, or at least this is what I would like to see on it. I would really love, and I do think a quick retest is coming. So for those looking at playing it bullish, watch and keep an eye out for that. And then maybe something like this, and then potentially a good buying opportunity on TRIP. That is entirely plausible. So back over here to the daily chart, you'll notice very nice gaps recently. Morning star reversal pattern, a very good one. And today was an inside day candle. So the last 3 candles, this one on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, make your morning star reversal pattern. And then your entry would be above the high of the first bearish candle, stop below the low, and then again, you'd be looking for a quick bullish move into about 46 and some change, and then potentially rollover. I dig it on TripAdvisor. A lot of people also talking about Cliffs Natural Resources, ticker symbol CLF. Very cute little doji today, right inside day candle on Friday. Friday was trying to be bullish. Here's your exponential moving averages, and we're just kind of battling the 50 right now. So this makes sense. White candle gapping up, it's a retest gap. Here's a small double top. Here's the break of the neckline. Here's the retest. Here's the continuation down to the 50. So the retest gap has, well, retested. So what from now? What here from now? Is that the way to say this? Pull up the long-term moving averages, and long-term moving averages, the 100, 200. This is probably where we're headed on Cliffs Natural Resources. I'm not going to say that for sure, but more than likely. The 100 simple is at 863. You had a lot of volume on this candle, and what's likely going to happen is so many people bought on that day that the market's going to drive it down into the 100 just to trap all the weak bulls, everyone who's scared, doesn't want to hold. And then from there, we more than likely bounce on the 100 and trade back up into 1288. So I still like the trade going into June, July, August. But like a lot of other stocks, probably in a 4 to 5 month time frame. Here it is on a weekly, right? So we trade up into the 200 simple moving average on a weekly, which is a big resistance, of course, and we're failing that. So yeah, I think we trade a little bit lower. Worst case scenario, the stock trades down to 5 before it continues a little bit higher. But yeah, keep an eye on CLF. That's where I'm looking at trading it, is down at that 100 simple on the daily. So there it is, the 100 simple on the daily. And that's about 863. Yeah, so watching that one pretty closely, seeing what's happened. A lot of other traders also watching CHK, and rightfully so. Here's your chart pattern on CHK. Personally, I'm looking at $5 for my buy point, but it's at a really good support. Here's the weekly chart. Nothing to really see on the weekly except for this giant double top pattern. So I think really we're going to trade down a little bit lower. Everyone's going to freak out and hop on bearish, all the noobs anyway, and then I'll be looking to take it long as, again, a little bit of a longer term trade. It's a lot of energy plays right now. If you're looking at energy, are probably 5 to 6 month absolute bare minimum. Now, Chevron, we do have a bull put spread on CVX expiring this week. 109, 108 bull put spread. We got into that on, I think it was this day. On this day, one of these 2 days, either the 15th or the 14th on Chevron. We got into that. We held off the 100 simple, so the stock came to the 100, bounced, and looking good so far. So that expires this Friday. And other than that, U.S. Steel have a bear call spread on U.S. Steel, 43.42. But that's hanging out, right? That's going to stay and chop around here for a while, more than likely between the 100 and the 200 simple moving average on the monthly chart, just because these things have been around for a very, very long time. So anyway, looking at a lot of stocks, what's interesting, of course, can't go all day without talking about Snapchat. Snapchat down over 12% today, and I'm sure you know a whole mess of people who were buying right there. I do. I saw the emails. So the newest wager on Snapchat, $17 by June 3rd. That's my wager. So I think it's going to move. Now, that doesn't look like a big move on the screen. That's $5 or over 20% of a discount from its opening price. So literally on Snapchat, we are now lower than where we opened on the New York Stock Exchange in just 3 days. This is very, very reminiscent of what a lot of tech IPOs do. They open, just like I mentioned in the video, they run up for a day or two, a bunch of newbies who are like, oh, I'm missing it. They hop on. All the people who bought pre-IPO with a lot of money and a lot of shares, they start selling, stock comes down lower, all the noobs exit because they're losing money, and then the smart money who is patient, they get in. Yep, that's pretty much what likely is going to happen on Snapchat. So the wager is I will actually sing a song, not like lip sync, but actually sing a song, and I will do that on Snapchat. I do have one now, and I'm not really ever going to use it, but I will use it if I lose the wager. But I got 3 months on it. That's exactly what I said in the video before the actual IPO of Snapchat. We'll see. We'll figure out how it works. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning in to this Monday Real Life Stock Review. Remember, if you have any requests, email them to me, jeremy@reallifetrading.com. Otherwise, I will see you again on Wednesday. I might also see you tomorrow on Tuesday. You probably got the email, but I am doing my hair dyeing webinar. I lost a wager, finally. It's my first one in a while on ULTA Salon and Cosmetics. I said somewhere back in here on this gap down on the 9th of November or something that ULTA would be below $200 by March 7th. March 7th is tomorrow. It's not going to be below $200 by then, so I'm going to lose on ULTA. Thankfully, we've been watching and trading this one as a team, and some traders, like especially Robert Meek and a few others, have been bullish during this time frame, right? So yes, we missed out on this bullish move right here. After earnings came in, we came down and bounced off to 100. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to lose on the bet. I already know it. Let's be bullish from here. So Robert, a few of the traders doing some bull put spreads, things like that. But anyway, ULTA, be at the webinar tomorrow. Bring the kids. It's purely 100% just for fun. We're just going to be picking a poll on what outrageous color that I'm going to be dyeing my hair. So you guys got the email yesterday. If you didn't, check it in your inbox. If you still need it, email me, jeremy@reallifetrading.com. I'll get you that link. So it's going to be purely for fun. I'll have my webcam turned on. We'll be talking about what color I'm dyeing my hair. And then the actual dyeing process will be the week after next. So it's coming right around the corner. I am excited. I've never dyed my hair before, but hey guys, I'll do all kinds of stuff for you. I did win a wager, a few actually, but Skyworks Solutions was the most recent one. Won that one, and I do have one outstanding right now, 2 actually. So I have one on UPS. The UPS does not get above 113 by Easter. and then I got the new one on Snapchat. So that's the only ones to my knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, keep it up. If you're having questions, suggestions, thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns, or requests, let me know. It's Kids Month. I'm jazzed up and ready to teach some kids. I got another program class that I'm doing Wednesday and Thursday. So anyway, just excitement all around. Ladies and gentlemen, you rock. Thanks so much for being here. And until next time, love life, and trade it. Bye.